Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, here today. Thank you. We love it when it comes up and it says error. Do you know, there's some areas I'm really disempowered in, and that I would say would be technology. Just let me know if this is working. That would be super awesome if you're here live. And of course, it's going to be working if you're watching for a replay. So we'll just crack on and see what happens with that. So thank you first for joining me. I appreciate you coming. And especially today, as I talk about overcoming overwhelm, which can happen when we have technology, or it can happen when I hear the dogs barking outside. So basically, overcoming overwhelm, it's basically what to do when you don't have enough time to do it. Not just the time frame, because clearly I've got a little bit of overwhelm going on. I've got the dogs barking. I've got this alerting me saying it's not working. I don't know, but I'm just going to go ahead with it. So I'm going to give you some amazing tips that I think are going to be valuable. I shared them with my lovely hairdresser this morning. Thank you to Envision Hair for my hair today, the last time I'll be seeing them. But I've shared some tips with them and they were like, yeah, this is actually really kind of cool. So there's a thing called stop. And often we don't think about stopping because we go, oh, I've got to carry on doing this, or I've got to get this done, or I should get this done, or I ought to, da-da-da. And you know this Pac-Man brain energy that comes in. So when we think about that, the first thing is stop. You must stop. If you don't stop when you're into that chaotic mind that's going on, your physical will hit you. And when I say your physical, things will happen. And so when I say things, I'm talking about, I call it the fish analogy. So we have the Nemo. The Nemo comes along and bites you and you're like, oh, ouch, felt that. There's a little sting. Not like a mosquito sting, bang, done. And the Nemo comes and it gives you a little nibble and you're like, oh, I saw that. If you choose to ignore it, the next one comes along. And the next one's the tuna. And the tuna comes and it has a little bit more oomph to you. And that oomph is pretty uncomfortable. If you don't get your experience then and go, oh, hang on, I know what I've got to change or alert myself to, along comes the dolphin. Now, the dolphin we think is a beautiful creature. All of them are beautiful creatures in their own way. And the dolphin comes and does this and this and this, and it's lovely. But the dolphin has a sharp bite to it if you let it. So the dolphin can come. Now, when the dolphin comes, you think it's an easy thing, then suddenly, bang, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Now, the fourth fish, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, the fourth fish is the shark. And, oh, you've seen those shark teeth. In fact, there's some Jaws. I remember Jaws growing up as being something, but I don't know if there's actually ever a Jaws that size. But the shark comes, and that is a ferocious bite that can come from nowhere. They say hit it on its nose to defend yourself, any of those things. But the truth is, if the shark analogy here comes and bites you, you know it's going to leave teeth marks, it's going to leave blood, it's going to leave a scar on you. It's wise to get the Nemo. It's wise to get the Nemo, and then you can quickly pivot. But you know what comes after the shark? And this got me way back in 2006, 2007, and it's called the whale. Now, the whale is a beautiful creature. We love seeing the whale, and it's lovely and gracious and this. But by goodness, if that whale comes and takes you, it is going to take you out. And when I say takes you out, it's the one that immobilizes you, puts you in the wheelchair, takes away your home, it takes away your finances, it takes away the people around you. The whale can come, and when the whale hits, it is so destroying to your world. You basically are stripped back naked and you're bare and you have to start from fresh. So the key is to not get the whale, not get the shark, not get the dolphin, not get the tuna, and actually just get the Nemo, or not even the Nemo, and just go, oh, okay, what's going on? So when you get any of those nibble, 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 it's wise to stop and assess. And so when I say stop and assess, 2020 really taught us, it was the year of the pivot. Life changed so quickly, so dramatically, full of whatever it was. It just came, it hit us, boom. It was, to some, it felt like the whale had got us. See, right now I have a feeling that our little dog Finn is pretending to be the whale as he's deciding to bark at a leaf. I don't know. So we'll just ignore little Finn and let him have his little whale moment, and I'll deal with him soon. But the 2020 taught us how to pivot. And when I say pivot, it was more, oh, what's happening? I just need to look at this. Oh, what's happening? I need to look at this. Oh, what's going on here? So it taught us to pivot, change as quick as we can to directions. So here's some tips for you. Apart from the Nemo, the tuna, grab pen and paper and start writing. So number one, you require trust. You know, I talked about trust last week. Trust is really, really, really important. So this is more trust in yourself when you're overcoming overwhelm, because if you don't have trust in yourself, well, before you know it, the whale's going to come. So just know that you have experienced whatever before. At different levels, you've experienced this before. You've experienced overwhelm before, and you've survived. You've experienced grief before and you've survived. You've experienced hardship with your money before and you've survived. You've experienced problems at work. You've experienced physical problems and you've survived, and you're here. So it's really wise to acknowledge the trust that you had before. You've been through this before, and you can ride through it again. Then I'm going to say, take a breath. Take a breath. And when I say take a breath, just take a breath. I often just put my hand on my heart if things are getting too chaotic for me, and I'll just put my hand on my heart and just feel that heart. So just take that breath. Even that is so simple. It just calms your farm, as my cousin would say. Take that breath. Once you're feeling more settled, it's wise to brain dump. And when I say brain dump, I'm talking about get all this out of your head. Whatever is going on, get it all out of your head. Brain dump it all, get it all out of your head, pen and paper, and everything. The things you want to do, the things you've got to do, the things you ought to do, your visions, whatever's going on, any of your stresses, good, bad, the whole lot. Verbally diarrhea it and get it out of your head. It is incredibly important. Once you've done that, and only once you've done that, take a breath again. Take a breath again. Because this is important too, and I'm not saying slow down in life, and I'm not saying stop everything, but just prioritize. Take a breath. Then you're going to go back and brain dump some more. Because when you take a breath, I guarantee more things will pop into your mind. So it's like going to the toilet, stopping, then going, oh, is there any more? So take a breath and then do some more. Brain dumping I'm talking about. Brain dumping I'm talking about. Once you've done that, once you've brain dumped that second time around, you know what I'm going to say? Take a breath. Absolutely take a breath. Once you've taken that breath and you feel it's okay, you may have taken 5 minutes of breathing before. This time you may take 1 minute. It's okay. So once you've done that, you're then going back to your list and you're going to prioritize it. You're going to put things in priority order. It's really important to put things in priority order so you know what's important and what's not so important. Because if you don't do that, it's hard to do the next two steps. So the next step after priority order is, have a guess. Take a breath. Absolutely take a breath again. This may be a longer time. It may be a shorter time. You may want to go and make yourself a cuppa. You may would like to sit in the sun. You may like to go for a drive, call a friend, whatever. Take a breath. Take that breath. Because once you've done that, you're now going to put time frames on your things that you're going to get done. Now, time frames are your time frames. You may have other people's time frame of saying, I've got to get this done by Monday. Okay, that's great. So what's your time frame? I'd like to get this done by Saturday. Don't put their time frame, put your time frame. What works for you? I'm somebody who works per minute, basically. So if I go, oh, I've got 2 minutes to do something, I'll get as much as I can in that 2 minutes. That's going to give me more time at the end of the day or whatever. I don't just go, oh, I've got 2 minutes, I'm just going to lay around for 2 minutes. If there's things to be done, I will ensure that I can squeeze those things into that 2 minutes. but I am conscious of taking a breath. So once you've done the brainstorming and the time frames, you're then going to take a breather. Now, it's gone different from a breath to a breather, because a breather just gives you a little bit more time. So take that breather. You must get your head clear. So once your head is clear, you're then going to ask yourself, that pen and paper, is who can help you? And there's two levels to do together or on your own. So when you're looking at doing this and looking at delegating to somebody, go, who can help? Oh my gosh, my auntie can help me here, or my cousin can help me here, or my sister can help me, or my work colleague, or my children, or my partner, or my ex, or my parents, or blah, 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 whatever it is. You can do the tasks together with them, or if they're better to do it on their own, get them to do it on their own. But the other thing is delegate. And when you delegate, which means you're not going to do it and you're not going to micromanage them because you have trust that they're going to get it done in the time frame that works for you and them. When you delegate, you must delegate that task to somebody who is more inspired about that task. It must be to somebody who's more inspired about that task than you. So if you rate it 8 out of 10, and 10 being the worst, you're not going to delegate to somebody who's a 7, 8, 9, or 10. You're going to delegate to somebody who's a 1 or a 2. Find those people to delegate to and ensure that that's a high priority for them that you can delegate to. Because if you delegate to a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, you're only going to be wanting to micromanage them, and that isn't healthy for you or them. And if you thought you knew what overwhelm was, micromanaging somebody, and it's not a great either. Okay, so once you've done that, once you've figured out who can help with your little pen and paper, you know what I'm going to say again? I'm sure there's a little thing linking in here, and it's called take a breather. Take a breather, whatever that is. Have a drink, stretch, whatever that is, just take a breather. Once you've taken that breather, then you can approach them. When I say take a breather, this shuts off that energy task that you were doing and allows you to enter something new. So you're taking that breather, and then you can approach those people who you can delegate, do together, or walk away from. So think about those people and approach them. And it's really important to approach them from the heart and say, I'd love you to do this because da-da-da, or whatever. I know you're really good at this. It's not about bribing them, convincing them or anything. If they really love that task that you're asking them, they will be jumping on board to get it done. I'll drive so many Ks to see somebody because it's important to me and I love doing it. So think of those things, or those people around you can delegate to who are sitting at a 1 or a 2 and they love that task. Once you've approached them, remember I talked about your energy. There's a little bit of consistency going on. I'm sure you can see that. So take that breather. Take that breather, take that breather, whatever that is. Jump, sing, dance, whatever. Julia, I know you're a dancer and a singer from way back, so I'm sure your breather would actually be to get up and groove and move. Once you've taken that breather, if you don't feel fulfilled, and you still are feeling that overwhelm coming in, and you can feel it, it's like little Pac-Man analogy going on, reach out. And when I say reach out to someone who cares for you. Somebody who you're not going to drain their energy for, but reach out and just say, look, I'm a little bit stuck with this. Now, I know an amazing person who you can reach out to. I'll bang in my comments. I shouldn't say bang in my comments. I'll put in the comments a link to book 15 minutes with me if you'd like that, if that's helpful for you. But approach them and say, this is not working for me. This is working, whatever it is. I am here to help you do this. I don't just do these videos because I love the sound of my voice and I love the way I look on camera or anything like this. This is about giving you value that's going to help you shift in your world. So if you're getting stuck in anything I say, or even just would like to know the next level, or would like to say thank you or anything, please reach out, because there's nothing worse than you sitting in your lump of poo and you can't get yourself out. So reach out. Once you've reached out, you know what the next thing I'm going to say? Have a guess. Take a breather. Yet again, take a breather. Once you've reached out, you've already started the healing process of resolution, because you've actually gone, hey, I'd love some help here. That is the first step of healing, of resolution, of strategy, whatever it is, by reaching out. So then you can take a breather. Now you can put your feet up or whatever until I call you, message you, and we book a time, whatever it is. But it's important to take that breather yet again. Because you remember I talked about the fish analogy at the start, the Nemo, the tuna, da-da-da-da, boom goes the whale. Don't let that whale, shark, dolphin, tuna, even the Nemo has got a bit of a sting. And I'm not talking about the Ellen DeGeneres Nemo. I'm talking about the Nemo that just comes and goes and bugs away. Don't let that get to you. So I'd like to say once again, reach out. I'm here for you. I would love to hear what you found value in today, what you didn't found value in today. Other than that, that is Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off for the day. I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me. Over and out. Bye.